What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and in this video, we're going to take a look at my 2024 vocal chain for rap vocals using Waves plugins. Haven't done one of these in a while, and if I look at my Wave Studio rack and look at my presets, it looks like the last one I saved was 2020. So yeah, 4 years later, let's update this. Waves has, of course, came out with some new plugins by then, and I've definitely brought in and switched out some that I normally use for my Waves vocal chain. So here it is that we have here in Studio Rack. Now, all of these plugins aren't used all at the same time, but some of them are some either or. And actually, let me swap, well, not swap, but let's add the Magma BB tubes. All right, so starting off, I've got the Silk Vocal, which is a newer plugin from Waves. I've got Wave Sibilance, which is still one of my favorite de-essers. We have SSL EV2, which is the newest channel strip. CLA 76, classic right there. And then I've got Magma Lil Tube or Magma BB tubes, just depending on what type of saturation I want to do. If I want to do something more simpler with Lil Tube or do something a little more complex with BB tubes, and then finishing it off with Waves Real Time if I need any of that auto-tune effect. But let's take a listen to this with it bypassed. This is an artist named Zill.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta crawl, I'm still making progress. Yeah, I wanted more, but we could've had less. Listen, I just wanna tie up my loose ends, to live a quiet life and stay away from the nuisance. I keep my circle small, I be good with just a few friends. I hang around y'all too much, I will stumble like 2 tenths.
All right, so for this vocal, I'm definitely hearing some S's that need to be suppressed. This was recorded with a Warm Audio WA8000, which is a brighter mic, so I definitely want to control that. I'm happy with the high end. Nothing about the low mids is really bothering me, so there's not a lot of any surgical EQ I really need to do. I might add some presence. We'll see how that sounds, but I am happy with the high end and pretty much the balance there. I do hear some compression that needs to be applied, so of course we'll handle that as well, as I have a couple options here for compression in this vocal chain. All right, let's start with Silk Vocal though. This is one of the newer Waves plugins, and this is a suppression plugin designed for vocals. We can set it to male or female. And what this does is it's going to suppress frequencies that it feels need to be suppressed in the vocal, which is kind of like subtractive EQ in a way. This is split up into 3 bands. We got low, mid, and high. This is, I believe, pretty much the default setting. So let me bypass everything else. All right, so we're going to hit play and then just process this. Actually, let me loop the vocal here. All right.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta.
All right, you can hear immediately it's reacting to those S's, and you can see it too. There might be a little too much, but let's listen.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta crawl, I'm still making progress. Yeah, I wanted more, but we could've had less. Listen, I just wanna tie up my loose ends, to live a quiet life and stay away from the nuisance. I keep my circle small, I be good with just a few friends. I hang around y'all too much, I will stumble like 2 tenths. Life is sad.
All right, yeah, this mix was at 75. Let's put the mix at 100. Getting pretty close to being happy with that. It's definitely suppressing those S's, which I really want, which is going to prevent the need for me to use sibilance, the de-esser that I have next in the chain, because this is taking care of the S's for me.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta crawl, I'm still making progress. Yeah, I wanted more, but we could've had less.
Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now, like I said, I hear some compression that needs to be added, so I'm going to pull this dynamics down to add some compression.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta crawl, I'm still making progress.
Now, this compressor does have an automatic makeup gain, so the vocal will come forward as you pull this down. But listen to this bypass. So just those first few lines, I'm blessed, and after I'm blessed, you can hear it kind of drop off some in volume.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress.
So I want that to be even, so we're gonna add the compression.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress.
Yes, a lot better. Okay, so I'm happy with Silk. So we're not going to use sibilance because I'm getting what I want, getting those S's suppressed with Silk Vocal. SSL EV2. Now, I normally do everything from EQing to adding some compression to all of that in here, but we've already got some compression going that I'm happy with. Let's add some presence in the high mids and see how that sounds with this EQ. By default, we're set to 3K, which is fine. I want to add somewhere between 2 and 3K. Let's turn this up 3 dB and take a listen.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta crawl, I'm still making progress. Yeah, I wanted more, but we could've had less.
Okay, I'm liking that, but it's a little too much. So instead of 3 dB, I'm going to bring it down to 1.5 dB.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta crawl, I'm still making progress. Yeah, I wanted more, but we could've had less.
All right, I'm happy with that. I'm going to also turn up the high pass filter here to just about 80 hertz here. Now forget where the Silk high pass filter is set to, but we're just going to disengage that. It might tell me. Let's see. Okay, it's 60 hertz. So I want a little higher than 60 hertz. So yeah, so we'll disengage this and we'll leave the EV2's high pass filter on. All right, so we suppressed some S's. We've got a little bit of compression going on. We have now some high pass filter going on, and we've added a little bit of 3K to add some presence. CLA 76 classic waves compressor. I'm happy with the compression that we're getting right now, so I'm not going to use this. But if I wanted to add some color and character, this is definitely one that I would reach for. This one as well as Waves H Comp as well. All right, so we're going to move on to little tube or BB tubes. We'll go ahead and dial in both of these, but if I want some simplicity, just adding some tube saturation, I'm going to go for little tube. So let's bring this in. We've got soft, normal, and high for the sensitivity, which is the input coming in. So, you know, if we set this to high, it's going to be high sensitivity. We've got soft, and then, you know, just in the middle, we've got normal. Very easy to use to add some tube saturation. We just turn this up once you have your sensitivity set. And the more this light goes off here is going to be the more saturation that you're adding. Normally for vocals, I just want to see it come on a little bit and really not pushing it too hard, because of course you push it too hard, you're going to get some distortion. But let's add some tube saturation to this.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta crawl, I'm still making progress. Yeah, I wanted more, but we could've had less. Listen, I just wanna tie up my loose ends, to live a quiet life and stay away from the nuisance. I keep my circle small, I be good with just a few friends. I hang around y'all too much, I will stumble like 2 tenths.
All right, I'm happy with that, and I'm not going to add any auto-tune effect to this with the Waves Real Time. But let's just, in case I was going to, let's add the BB tube. So let's take out little tube, and let's go for something a little more sophisticated here with BB tubes. So with BB tubes, instead of the soft, normal, and high sensitivity, we actually have a -12 to +12 dB knob that we can dial in. Bass relief, which is going to be a high-pass filter there. We've got transformer that we can engage. I normally like to keep that on. Beauty and Beast. Beauty is going to be your even harmonics. Beast is going to be the odd harmonics. And we have a type A and type B for the Beast, or for the odd harmonics there. And then we got a high shelf at 10K that we can add pre or post this saturation. Going to leave that where it is because I'm happy with the high end on this. But let's dial in some even harmonics and take a listen to this.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta crawl, I'm still making progress. Yeah, I wanted more, but we could've had less. Listen, I just wanna tie up my loose ends, to live a quiet life and stay away from the nuisance. I keep my circle small, I be good with just a few friends. I hang around y'all too much, I will stumble like 2 tenths.
All right, at least I feel like Lil Tube is just a little bit brighter, and I actually prefer it to what I've got going on right here with BB Tubes. But I love Lil Tube because I can just dial it in really quickly, really good for just some quick tube saturation. All right, so let's put that back in since I like that more. And now we're gonna just bring this in and out and just bypass the whole thing so you can hear the immediate difference of what we started with and then what we have added with this Waves vocal chain here.
Get what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta crawl, I'm still making progress. Yeah, I wanted more, but we could've had less. Listen, I just wanna tie up my loose ends, to live a quiet life and stay away from the nuisance. I keep my circle small, I be good with just a few friends. I hang around.
Yeah, let's do that again. I didn't realize this was gonna bring everything in. So let's see, we had Silk in, we had Lil Tube in. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna bypass it up here. Let's try that one more time.
The mantra of my life is saying, look at what he did. Boy, I'm blessed. Everything ain't perfect, but I'm living no stress. Whenever things ain't going right, I see it as a test. If I ever gotta crawl, I'm still making progress. Yeah, I wanted more, but we could've had less. Listen, I just wanna tie up my loose ends, to live a quiet life and stay away from the nuisance. I keep my circle small, I be good with just a few friends. I hang around y'all too much, I will stumble like 2 tenths. Life is.
All right, so yeah, I could probably back that down on the output a little bit, but you can definitely hear what this Waves vocal chain is adding to this vocal. And definitely comment and let me know what are y'all using in your vocal chain for your Waves plugins in your Waves studio rack. All right, I will have a link in the description to check out the current Waves deals. We know Waves pretty much always has plugins for $29.99. So a lot of these in this chain, if you're interested in it, they're likely $29.99 right now. I think right now Waves has like a spend 50 and get a free plugin or something like that. You know, they always have something going on. But I have a link in the description if y'all want to check them out, learn more about them, or pick them up. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate a thumbs up. If y'all want to continue to see content from me, then y'all know what to do.